bringing you the news and information you need from the people making a difference. This is Comcast Newsmakers.
Well, you've heard about the law. In fact, it's in effect right now. Using your cell phone in an automobile, holding it up to your ear while you're driving, is no longer legal. From the PUC, Commissioner Rochelle Chong is with us. And Rochelle, I hope you did not have your cell phone up to your ear when you drove up here.
No, I didn't, in fact.
Thank you. Yeah, the law is in effect as of now, right?
Yes, it is. So I want you to be careful, Jack. If you are in the car and you're using your phone, holding it with your hand, you could get a $76 first offense ticket for that. Second offense is $190.
Okay, and does it go up from there if you have more offenses? Or
I think at the second offense it stays at the same level.
Okay, $190 every time.
Yes,
that's enough.
That's enough.
Yeah, it's enough to stop you from
now,
doing that.
Now, you won't get a point on your driver's license.
Okay, but you can use the hands-free phone, is that right, as an adult?
Yes, you may use a hands-free device. So, for example, those little Bluetooth earpieces that people wear looking like they're out of Star Trek.
They're very strange, yeah.
Or you can use the speakerphone on your cell phone.
Okay.
But you can't be holding it. That's the main thing.
All right, so we'll see more people driving and then talking out loud to themselves as we see people walking down the street doing that.
That's right.
Same kind of thing. But, you know, psychologically, isn't there, the distraction is not so much the physical thing, but the mental distraction. So if you're still using a wireless phone, or I mean, a hands-free phone, you're still being distracted.
Yes, I think you're absolutely right. You know, the law doesn't cover eating while you're driving, listening to the radio while you're driving.
Changing the CD.
That's right.
Yeah.
Putting on makeup, all those crazy things that people do while they're driving.
Yeah.
But there is a study by the Public Policy Institute that says that they believe this will save 300 lives in California in a year.
Yeah.
And right now we have 4,000 traffic fatalities every year in California. So if we can save 300 lives, that's a good thing.
Yeah, we go from that. Okay, now if you're 18 and under, what about the rules concerning the cell phone?
That's right. There's a different law that goes for under 18 people. They are not allowed at all to use a cell phone, whether they're holding it or using a wireless hands-free device, or to text, or to use, say, a laptop. No electronic device, no phone at all. And that is just a hard and fast rule.
Well, it's an amazing society that we've gotten to. Talking about using a laptop and
driving
and texting. You were talking about people texting behind their back in class?
Yes, I have friends who are teachers, and they say that the kids can hold their device behind their back so she can't see, and they text with one thumb.
That is very scary to think that that's where we've gone. Where we've gone to. Okay, hopefully this law will distract or stop people from dropping off their children, as I mentioned to you when I take my son to school, and I see men and women with cell phone up to their ear and kids in the back and in a crowded area.
That's right.
Then we have to stop that.
Well, that's right. And I think what this law does do nicely is to remind us that we should be paying full attention to the road when we're driving, because it's so dangerous otherwise. And while the law doesn't go so far as to completely prohibit phone use in the car, it does get to that point. I did want to mention there's one important exception. You may use a cell phone in an emergency situation.
Okay, well,
you're allowed to call the fire, the police, an ambulance.
Well, that makes sense.
No matter what age you are.
Yeah, okay. So if you have to dial 911 or whatever, then you certainly can do that.
Yes.
And also that we see, and we talked about this a little before, Rochelle, is that people sometimes will step out into the street and they've got a cell phone to their ear. You know, because it absorbs your attention. It's dangerous walking or driving.
I think when you're on the phone, you go into a different zone because you're talking to somebody else.
Yeah.
And that distracting, I mean, it's distracting. So I guess the best advice is when you talk on the phone, you should step aside, go somewhere safe, and just stand there and finish your conversation.
Okay.
And don't put yourself in harm's way, but particularly not when you're driving.
All right. Rochelle Chong's been our guest, and as of this month, no more driving with that phone up to your ear. And thanks for joining us.